Hey, welcome back to Techopolis 3, where in the last video, we started preparing to go to the moon. The moon's not here right now, but we've started on the Lunar Technium tree, and all of the prerequisites to be able to explore the moon. In this video, I hope to at least get to the moon. I'll probably be able to do some things on the moon, but I'm not sure how much further I'll go. I don't know. It depends how much stuff there is on the moon. But there's a possibility I can get all of this done. I don't know. But as far as going to the moon is concerned, all I'm missing is fuel. And I'm not sure why it specifically asks for the bucket. Unless I need to use the bucket to actually fuel the ship. Probably. But the liquid fuel is the hard part here. I need to get an immersive refinery. I need empowered oil. And all of this isn't a big deal. But I want to try to automate it because it's a lunar technium part. And I'm probably going to need a lot of it in the rocket itself. So that's the first plan here. There's other things that I'm going to need to do, but I'll bring them up when I get to them because they're not as significant. So most things here seem to be reasonably doable. Dropping in fluid is a pain, but with the fluid places and collectors, it shouldn't be too bad. I'm not super sure how they work, but they're from the same mod, so they're probably custom made for this explicit purpose. The main thing that's going to take up space is the atomic reconstructor to get the crystallized canola seeds, and the empowerer to get the empowered canola seeds, because for some reason the canola seeds don't work inside the reaction chamber the way every other recipe does. But if this is used for every other empower recipe, then I can use the normal empowerer for canola seeds. I'm wondering if I even bother moving it. I don't think I do. Should be fine here on its own. Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to get something to automatically make the empowered canola seeds. But that's also going to need the crystallized, so I need the atomic reconstructor. But this shouldn't be super difficult to automate. I might need to make a ranged collector. I'm assuming I can filter it. That would make things much easier. But I've been fiddling around with various different ways to automate the atomic reconstructor cleanly, and all of them kind of suck and didn't work super well. Until I got a recommendation in the comments. All I need is a wooden pressure plate, place that in front, and when I throw the items on, it just crystallizes them. Very, very simple. So I just need an item dropper and an item collector, and assuming I can filter the collector, it just works. So I may as well go with the automatic precision dropper so I don't need redstone on the normal dropper. And it's not super complicated. I needed vanilla dropper anyway. And the advanced coil isn't such a big deal. So there, the automatic precision dropper. Then the ranged collector, all I'm missing is a void crystal, and I can make that too. So let me see. It does have a filter. So allow crystallized canola seeds. Now if I throw them, yes, it does pick them up after a little bit of a delay. But if there's a bit of a delay, then maybe it doesn't matter. If I throw more canola seeds, oh, I picked them up. Right, I've got magnet. I may as well filter it anyway, just in case. Then the automatic precision dropper, I think just works on its own. Yep. And eventually it gets collected. Oh, redstone mode pulse, I guess? Or I can just put it far enough away that it's unaffected. There we go. Well, that's that figured out. Now I just need to set up the automation stuff. So I'm going to need a cloche with some upgrades in it. Is there anything that increases the seed output? I don't think so. Oh, but I can turn canola into seeds. So then I'll just have a conversion, I guess. Then I'll probably need a logistical sorter, because I need to connect all of these hoppers. It shouldn't really matter how. I don't need to connect the middle one yet, but then back here, I guess I can do an atomic reconstructor, precision dropper, pressure plate, And then, depending on how far the range collector works, I can even just put it there. But then the precision dropper needs to be connected to the rest of this line. So then over here, I'll have the cloche running canola. I think just for simplicity, I'll put the no seeds upgrade in. And then I need a crafter making canola seeds. That steals all of the canola out of the cloche. Then a logistical sorter so that I can get the round robin mode. I guess just sends canola seeds. Yeah, that seems to be working. Force single item, please. And that should eventually put one canola seed in there, which automatically gets picked up by the range collector and put onto this empowerer, which, yes, eventually works to make the empowered canola seeds. Okay, so then that's that to get the empowered oil, but I still need the crystallized oil, which takes crystallized canola seeds. And this is where things get a little trickier. Because I'm producing canola seeds, alright, but then somehow I need to split them? Because I need to be making an even amount of empowered canola seeds and crystallized canola seeds. And I don't know how far this range collector works. Because obviously it's not going to work this far back, but is there a middle ground? Maybe I just need to give myself a little bit more leniency here. Ah, no, it still collects it. I think I'm just going to have to separate the empowered and the crystallized canola. But it still needs to be close enough to this cloche that I can do some of the logistics. Because the easy way that I can maintain that they have exactly the same quantities is if I just have another output off of this canola line. But if it's too close, then this range collector... Oh, that's an idea. I can keep the same ranged collector if I get another logistical sorter and have it split the way that I've done here. And then, yeah, I just add another precision dropper here, and that'll put one extra canola seed down here. Then same logic for splitting the normal canola seeds, but now I end up with an extra chest that should have the same amount of seeds as the empowered. So if I just put this back together, hopefully this whole thing works. There's more canola seeds to go through, so it should go a little quicker. Oh, but it's gonna be doing this. I have to fix this manually for now, because once it goes a little slower, it should be fine. It's not gonna put one in both the droppers simultaneously. So now I've got 14 empowered and 14 crystallized. Right. So that is the items automated. Now to deal with the fluids. So the refined canola oil, I guess I don't have to worry too much about quantities here. And I'm already making a lot of it to run these machines. So I can probably just steal some? I don't know if I've got enough space back here though. But I guess this is now connected to the main power line. So I shouldn't need the generators. So I'll just replace one of them with the quantum entangle porter. It has just stolen all of the oil though, but I don't think that really matters. If these generators aren't running, so be it. I don't think it changes anything. So then comes the process of turning it into the crystallized oil. So I need a fluid placer to put it down. So I need an auto placer. That's not a big deal. And I've already got spare buckets. And I guess I can prepare for the next step as well. So I need a second fluid placer and 2 fluid collectors. And then I'll get the 2 droppers that actually drop the seeds in. And I guess I may as well set it up in here. I need fluid placer there. Probably the fluid collector right there. I don't know if it can instantly export, but that shouldn't matter. Then I'll put the precision droppers down like that. And then I'll throw in a logistical sorter here. But I don't think it's gonna let me connect it to a cable. Actually, I don't think it matters if these are 2 different chests. So then I'll just have them both go into the one. But then here, I'll assign 2 colors, lime and red. So then the crystallized seeds go on the left and the empowered on the right. But it doesn't seem to want to take the empowered seeds. I set it to round robin. Oh, no, it's doing them now, I guess. But I kind of don't want it doing either yet, because I need to get the fluids in. And for that, all I should need is a quantum entangled porter on canola oil, automatically ejecting oil into this fluid placer, which is just sending it over to there. Am I not able to filter this? Huh. That complicates things. And I don't really know how to fix this. I can probably do some redstone shenanigans, but the best I can do is detect block updates with an observer. I don't know if there's an alternative fluid collector. I can use a dispenser with a bucket, but then I need to empty the bucket and deal with that nonsense. Does it have different redstone modes? Just deactivation and pulse. If I put buttons on this for now so that I can make it somewhat manual, then I can connect this back in. It makes the crystallized oil. I pick that up, it places it there, and it should eventually put the other things in. It's wasting all of my seeds because it's not actually splitting properly. If I only have one of each at a time, it probably works better. Okay, there's the empowered actually going through, and it didn't work. Oh no, I just picked it up. And then I can actually collect it to get the empowered oil. Is there any way for me to detect a specific fluid? I don't know if there is. And until I can figure out a way to force these fluid collectors to only collect the right fluid, I don't know how I can passively produce this. I figured out everything else. I've got the canola oil, I've got the different seeds in the right quantities, I've got them going into the right droppers, and I've got them converting the oil. I just don't have a means of having the system automatically collect the correct oil. So then I'm just going to turn this off. This can fill up however much it wants to. I can manually fill up some oil so that I can keep going, but I'm just going to have to leave this in its current state for now, because I can't fix it. So I can make myself enough fuel that I can probably go to space. There is one other thing I need to do, which is bring the oil into the overworld and build a refinery. And I guess the refinery can go here. I'd connect this in if I could get it to work. I'm just going to need a few more blocks. I've got a spare redstone engineering. I can make some more heavy and light engineering blocks. Then the steel scaffolding is pretty simple. And then with some fluid pipes and iron sheet metal, I should now have everything I need. And I can set this up here. It's a pretty easy multi-block. I'm just not sure where some of the inputs and outputs go. Power goes in the back, and then I think the inputs go either side. So I can connect the empowered oil into there, and I can empty my buckets in too. Then if I add a quantum entangled porter here on oil, I can add another one here that outputs straight into the refinery. And that's made a bunch of fuel. Possibly enough? I'm not sure. I shouldn't need to convert too much more empowered. Another 5 maybe? I'm still doing this all very much manually. But that should put enough empowered oil through to make 32 buckets of fuel. So then if I come up to the rocket, can I just put it in that way? No, it probably has to be buckets. That's fine. Oh, but it's 3 buckets. I don't know why I thought it was 30 buckets. So then I've got way more fuel than I need. I'm gonna need it later for the Lunar Technium in very large quantities. But once I can get this passived, it's pretty quick. Anyway, now I can technically go to the moon. But I need to be able to do things on the moon. So then I'm gonna need some canned food. So I have a food source up there. I guess I can do this now. I need 26 heavy-duty platings per recipe. I may as well do it twice to get a stack. So 52. So I'm going to need 520 of each ingot. Except the osmium, that's 3 1/4 stacks. And then it's pretty quick to convert this now that I've got my time in a bottle back. So there's all of that. And with a bit more hellish technium, I can make 39 more heavy-duty plates to go with the current 13 to get 52. And because I've got tons of it, I'm going to use rotten flesh to make the canned food, because it doesn't change anything at all. Right. Now, the last thing that I want to do is get myself a much easier way home. If I finally research waystones, that should give me significantly easier interdimensional travel. And I may as well make a bunch of these. So then, I can make the waystone look however I want it to. The stone one's normally just the cleanest, but I do kind of like the deep slate, so I might try that. I'll just make the one, just so I can see what the waystone looks like. I'll just place it down there. Overworld, sure. And I may as well make 2 others, because I'm going to need at least 2 others. And then in the nether, I'll just place one down here, nether, and from the waystones, I can just teleport between them, even interdimensionally. And it is very, very easy. I'm assuming if it works to the nether, it works to the moon. If I'm wrong, this is going to be very abrupt, but I guess there's nothing left to do now but just try it out. I should have everything that I need. As it stands, I'm kind of just banking on the waystone working, because there's plenty of other things that I need to bring to the moon. I guess, just in case, I'll make a backup, and now it shouldn't matter so much if things go wrong. So I guess, here we go. And it's off. Oh, okay. I don't need to press other buttons. I am lagging a lot. I don't know if this is so slow because I'm lagging. Maybe that's why the rocket launch was a little disjointed. But I'm climbing. Oh, and I guess now I'm just in space. I would like to go to the moon. Launch. Press space to slow down. I'm not sure why it's giving me a warning. I'm still going slow. I'm holding space. I guess I can try to let myself speed up a little bit, because negative 0.4 is really slow. And I can't even see the surface yet. There it is. Oh wow, holding space drops my speed really quick. Okay. I have landed. Is there anything left in here? Yep, a rocket with a lot of fuel, but no launch pad. I'd probably need to bring another one with me if I wanted to go home, but I'm really hoping this works. From the waystone. Yep, I can just go back home. Okay, not to worry. I can just keep the rocket here then. And now, I can just explore. And yeah, the flight works, so I don't really have to worry about any of that. Oh, and I wonder, I'm going to put night vision on this helmet, and does that make it easier to see? Yes, very much so. Okay, well, what am I looking for here? I need moon sand, moonstone, and moon fruit. Drops from alien zombies. I'm guessing that's these guys? I think so. Oh, they can attack me. Oh god, it's really hard to fight these guys with all this lag. Yeah, there we go. They give a decent amount of moon fruit. I can make a data model for them, so that's probably better to do. But to make the data model, I need cheese. So I need cheesium dust. Is that a thing that I can just find here? I think maybe I need the industrial strainer. Well, I'll get myself some moon sand, and then I can grab some moonstone, and that'll complete those quests. But is there any way that I can automatically get moonstone? Ah, interdimensional infuser. Oh, it's a pretty chunky multi-block, but I shouldn't have to worry about it just yet. For now, I'm just interested if I can find some ores. Although, given that every other ore doesn't do anything, chances are this ore doesn't either. There is dimensional cheesium ore. Oh, but I just make that with molten cheese. Oh, I think that's something that I do later on. I don't have to worry too much about that then. Well, I guess I may as well check out what this structure is. I hesitate to call it a village, because I don't think it is. It seems to be some kind of a lab. And there's some things in here. There's a lot of these cans. They don't have a use. What about this? Is this part of the same structure? Seems to be like a crashed spaceship or something. It's also got loot, but it's all kind of the same. And then last, there's the giant biodome. Is there a way in? I don't think so. I guess I can just break in. Oh, and this is made out of blocks of steel? Can I steal that? Yeah, and I can just turn it into steel. Oh, there's a lot of steel here. I don't think I'm going to steal all of it. I'm just curious about what this structure even is. There's a ton of dash plating. I think dash is useful, although I don't seem to be able to do anything with dash plating. Is there anything else in here? Not really. Just more of the same sort of things I've been seeing so far. Ooh, this seems good. Rocket launch pads. That's handy. There's some moon dash ore, and just blocks of raw dash. Although I don't think I can do anything with raw dash. But I don't think there's anything else of note in here. So I think I'm just gonna leave this place be. I don't really think there's anything else I need from the moon. So I think I'm just gonna call that it. I've made contact with the moon. There's not many interesting things there. And I think I'm just gonna stay in the overworld for now. And finish off some more of these quests. Because depending on how big these are... Ooh, that's big. Oh, the other one's not though. I might be able to finish the rest of these quests. Hang on, I need moonstone bricks. I have moonstone, so there. May as well make a bunch. Same with the moon cobblestone. I've got that too. But to be able to go much further, I need moon dust. And I get that out of the moon quarry. Which I think, yeah, it does need to be built on the moon. And I think I've got time to do this. Because even though it's big, it doesn't seem that bad. The main thing is structural glass, but that's basically just steel. So yeah, I think I can do this. I'll start with the control block, which just needs another Technium machine frame, which is not hard to do. So there's that. And then the multi-block itself needs 43 reinforced machine casings and 104 wooden scaffolding, neither of which are too bad. It's just going to take a little while to craft up. Then 133 moonstone. I think I need to go mine a bit more. But I need to go to the moon to place this anyway, so I don't think that really means much. So then what else? I need 84 structural glass. That's not that hard. I accidentally made more than I needed. And then the only really expensive thing here is the dimensional detectors. But even then, not a big deal. So there's 4 dimensional detectors. And then once the last of the reinforced machine frames go through, that should be everything that I need. So let's head back. I'll grab some of that moonstone. And then this area is reasonably flat, although I will just flatten it a little bit more. And then how big is this structure? 15 by 11. That is quite sizable. But I can still slot it in quite nicely. As far as the rest of the structure is concerned, it's fairly easy. It's just 4 pillars and a big frame full of glass, and I can do that quite easily. So then, if I just bring in some power, I should be able to convert moonstone into moon... Oh, right. Moon cobblestone into moonstone dust. I can just crush up the moonstone, that's fine. And then this should work. Yes. It very slowly makes moonstone dust. But with this, I can make an industrial strainer, which I think is the next multi-block. Yeah, because that then makes the Desh, Neptunium, and Ostrom dust. I can also get enriched moon dust to make lunar gas. Okay, but I don't need lunar gas until I make lunar technium. So what do I need for this? I apparently need a machine gearbox. It's a pretty small thing. Yeah, just needs 2 of them. Okay, and it needs a lot of quantum entangle porters as well. But then what do I need for the machine gearbox? A lot of things. But that doesn't seem too bad. 2 hellish technium machine frames, that's doable. 2 brass gears, or I guess 4. That's fine. I've already got most of the stuff I need for the machine frames. I'm only missing 1 platinum gear. Then I've already got the moonstone bricks. So it's just the reinforced machine casings. And that's 16 per gearbox, combined with 15 machine casings in the structure. That's 47. and that's probably going to take a while to craft. But so are all the quantum entangle porters, so I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. I guess if I'm already waiting for everything else to go through, I may as well make the control block. I'm pretty much just missing a couple gears and some moonstone dust. So I'll make an extra Hellish Technium machine frame to turn into the control block. Then I can make the 2 machine gearboxes and the dimensional detectors. And then I can just build this up in here. It's a pretty simple multi-block. I'm pretty sure the control block goes there. And it should work. I do need to give it a tier 6 mesh. Okay. Obsidian is probably fine. I'll just steal one of these meshes. I made an obsidian mesh for all of these a while ago, but I don't really use the strainers that much. So then I can stick it in this strainer, and then if I give it some power, I can strain the stone dust. I'm assuming all of these slots are output. Not sure what else would go in there. So then it can hold one of each ore dust. And if I get one of each, that completes the quests, and pretty much everything else in this tier. Because then if I just put these in the enrichment chamber, that completes the last quests. And then sure, while I'm at it, I'll put an extra moonstone dust in the enrichment chamber to get enriched moon dust, and complete all of the quests for this chapter. So that's a lot of really good progress. And actually, I'm just realizing all of these don't give any rewards, except for the rocket. Oh, it's a choice reward, that's why I didn't collect. Go Galaxy, that sounds coolest. Do I put it in here? Yep. Oh god, I accidentally sent it going. Well, I'll see you on the other side, I guess. And I'm back. Right, where was I? Quests are done, and that's probably enough for this video. We've made it to the moon, made a really good way back and forth, and set up a thing to get a bunch of the moon ores. And actually, this hasn't been running because I don't have a chunk loader. That's fine, it doesn't really matter. I'm not really going to need moonstone dust until technium, and I'm not really going to need this if I can just mine the ores, but it might be easy to do it this way. I don't know. There's a few things for me to figure out for myself before next time, and there's a few non-moon related things for me to figure out for the near future. But for now, I don't think I have anything else to say, so I'm going to call the video here. Bye.